Hello, my name is Latrice Williams. I'm a rising junior communication major here at Berea College, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. My mom always told me, honey, you will never understand the beauty of life until you experience it. This is a statement that drove me this summer to ensure that tourists and locals get the opportunity to experience all that Berea has to offer. So the purpose of my presentation is to describe my journey discovering the impact and importance of social media in regards to businesses' marketing strategies and tourists' travels. According to Ron Eller in his book Uneven Ground, festivals celebrating mountain music, crafts, fairs, promoting local farms products, and community gatherings of all kinds brought dollars into the local economy in Appalachia and sustained a sense of local pride. This was before the invention of social media. Today, using social media to market to potential customers is beneficial to businesses. According to the Kentucky Visitor Report that was prepared for the Commonwealth of Kentucky, nearly all visitors to Kentucky, 92% to be exact, stated they were satisfied with their visit to Kentucky. Visitors tend to spend 72% of their total travel time on a given trip in Kentucky dining out, shopping for souvenirs and gifts, as well as sightseeing. Approximately 3/4 of all visitors to Kentucky stay in paid accommodations, such as Boone Tavern, Knights Inn, or Comfort Inn and Suites, and 70% dine out. But the current issue in Kentucky is that people are not aware of tourist attractions in Kentucky because a lot of businesses do not market their assets through social media. According to the Kentucky Visitor Report, currently only 34% of first-time visitors recall seeing any kind of Kentucky promotion. In order to reach potential visitors, the Kentucky Department of Travel and Tourism needs to enhance its online presence, as that is the primary source of information for prospective travelers during their trip planning process. I decided to put myself in the mindset of a trio of 50-year-old women to determine which strategies and social media tools these women used and benefited from as they planned a trip to the heart of Kentucky, Berea. So here, I present to you all my traveler personas. Miss Michelle here on the left is a school teacher at Carver High School in Atlanta, Georgia. Miss Laura in the middle just recently took up a job as a travel writer and intends to blog about her travels and take a variety of photos to post to Facebook during her stay. Miss Lisa at the end is a chef at a restaurant in Atlanta and is a very picky eater. All these women graduated from Georgia State University and are planning a trip to Berea to celebrate their 30-year reunion for the class of 1980. And they all have a love for arts and crafts due to their majors and minors in art. Then I began to ask myself these three questions. Would a group of women between the ages of 53 and 58 find value in Berea's artistic assets? How did they hear about Berea? Where would they go? First, I had to determine how they heard about Berea and what travel strategy they used. I realized that Berea came to their attention after one of Michelle's co-workers at Carver High School told her how much fun she had in the small town of Berea. So, they decided to plan ahead to visit. Laura and Lisa met at Michelle's house a month before their trip, got online, and began doing travel research to plan their trip to Berea. When they arrived, they searched Berea for tourists on Google, then stumbled upon KentuckyTourism.com, and then they used TripAdvisor, which they all were familiar with, and searched hotels in Berea, as well as read reviews by previous tourist destinations they found in Berea. After discovering a few destinations on KentuckyTourism.com and reading reviews on TripAdvisor such as the one by Helen921 that reads, Boone Tavern has excellent service and is a beautiful hotel. I would love to stay again in the future. Make sure to section off a day to enjoy the many craft stores. They were satisfied with their destination choice. They were so excited that they began planning their route via MapQuest from Atlanta to Berea, and they made a reservation at the Boone Tavern Hotel a week before their trip at 2 p.m. in Berea, Kentucky. Then they began to set the limitations of their trip. They included setting a spending budget of $1,000 that would cover separate hotel rooms at the Boone Tavern Hotel, gas, shopping, and dining out. They also decided to take one minivan and could only afford to spend Friday to Sunday afternoon in Berea because of work-related obligations and because they had to spend time with their lonely husbands at home. After setting a budget and getting their hotel reservation in order, these women had to figure out what they wanted out of their trip. The travel writer, Laura, wanted to learn how artisans created their masterpieces so that she could write about their creativity in her blogs. Michelle wanted to shop until she dropped, so her ultimate goal was to buy arts and crafts that she could use to decorate her home decor. And Miss Lisa wanted to taste the fine dining and home cooking that Berea had to offer. They all wanted to enjoy an aesthetic experience, meaning they wanted to enjoy a quiet setting for a weekend that was not city-oriented. After they completed their travel strategy, a month later, they ventured on a 6.5-hour drive at 7 a.m. on Friday from Atlanta, Georgia to Berea, with iPhones in hand. Their midway destination was a pass through the Cumberland Gap region of the Appalachian Mountains, which is a juncture of the U.S. states of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia. Here, these women stumbled upon a store near the Cumberland Gap and purchased a taste of bluegrass and fiddle music on CDs, as well as books from writers who lived in the Appalachian region, which they listened to and read on the drive to Berea. These materials only cost them $20, but provided these three women with information about the deep culture and unique artistic side in Berea that was yet to come. After traveling for 6 hours and 38 minutes, these women were exhausted and ready to settle down, so they checked into their reserved room at Boone Tavern Hotel. Laura, the travel writer, noticed that the architecture of the historic Boone Tavern Hotel and Restaurant, located at 100 Main Street North, was beautiful. After everyone settled into their separate rooms, she immediately dashed down the stairs and asked the front desk attendants about the hotel's history. After she got enough information about the hotel, she began blogging away on her laptop computer. Her keywords were student handcrafted furniture and rooms, $11 million renovation, and becoming the LEED Gold certified green hotel. At 2:45, Michelle and Lisa came down the stairs just as Laura was finishing up her blog post on WordPress. These women traveled to BC&T at 124 College Square. Lisa, being the chef that she is, asked the kitchen staff to provide her group with the most popular lunch special. And that's what they did. A few minutes later, the waitress brought a delectable batch of jalapeno knots, 3 teas, and 3 Mediterranean sandwiches, which came with chips and a pickle. After the meal, Michelle and Laura could see that Lisa was pleased, because she had a smile on her face and was rubbing her belly with satisfaction. From 3:30 to 4:30, these women explored the College Square. Here, some of the places they visited included the Appalachian Fireside Gallery on 127 Main Street. Lisa bought this beautiful Appalachian quilt from there. Next, they traveled to the Log House Craft Gallery, where they all were taught how to play a game of Skittles. Laura was intrigued by this game the most because it tailored to her travel goal of learning a new skill. As they all left the log house, Laura started talking about how lovely Berea was. She was really excited because she had just finished up an interview with one of the Log House Craft Gallery staff and couldn't wait to post how much fun her group was having. She also learned that there are over 15 types of brooms made in the Log House Craft Gallery. The Berea College Bookstore and the Berea Memorial Park were these ladies' next stop. In the bookstore, they were greeted by Nate Daniels as they made their way to the Appalachian book section. Michelle told Nate that she was looking for a good book about Appalachian culture because she knew nothing about it and was wondering if he had any suggestions. Nate handed her a few books, and Lisa, Michelle, and Laura began to pick their choices. With books in hand, these three women got in their minivan and drove to Berea Memorial Park, which is the oldest park in Berea, and is dedicated to soldiers who lost their lives. Here, they sat at a bench and read for an hour until they got hungry. After leaving Berea Memorial Park, Michelle, Laura, and Lisa headed back to the Boone Tavern Hotel and made a reservation at 7:15 to eat the farm stand dinner at Boone Tavern's restaurant, which featured Kentucky Proud products. After they freshened up in their rooms, they all headed down with elegant red dresses on and were escorted to a table by a Berea College student who served as their host. After receiving spoon bread 3 times because they loved it so much, these women were half full. 15 minutes later, their eyes went wide as they were handed this amazing platter of pan-seared salmon. After they finished their meal, Laura pulled out her laptop and began to write a review on TripAdvisor about the best-tasting pan-seared salmon that she had in a while. In the morning, Michelle, Laura, and Lisa ventured downstairs to the Boone Tavern restaurant to eat a wonderful breakfast. They all chose to order the French toast topped with strawberries and asked for endless cups of coffee to start off their day. After breakfast, They all decided to sit on Boone Tavern's front porch and relax. After a while, Laura the travel writer spotted a trail as she stared into the horizon between Union Church on the left and Alumni Building on the right. After getting more information from the visitor center, as well as front desk attendants at Boone Tavern Hotel, these three women went upstairs, put their hiking shoes on, got their water bottles and a couple of snacks, and headed to the Brushy Forks Trail to walk a 3-mile loop. After that long walk on the Brushy Forks Trail and showering and resting, these women packed in their red minivan and headed to the Kentucky Artisan Center. Lisa was particularly excited because she could experience a wide variety of Kentucky artisans' art all in one place. As they pulled up to 200 Artisan Way, Lisa was so excited that she tried to jump out of the car without taking her seatbelt off. When they finally got in the building, they were amazed at the local Kentucky crafts, arts, music, food, books, dining, and exhibits. And of course, the shopping opportunities. And the great thing about this place is that admission is free. After they did a great deal of shopping, they ate at the Artisan Center Cafe, where they discovered this cafe offers Cafe Express. They have baked goods, self-service, snacks, and beverages from 9:30 to 3:30 daily. Lisa was happy that she could find a great big veggie burger in Berea, which she ordered at the cafe. At 5 p.m., these women headed to the Boone Tavern and Gift Shop, which is located on 100 Main Street, adjacent to Boone Tavern Hotel. This place is great for those looking for pieces to spice up their home decor. They carry handcrafted baskets, brooms, and quilts made by Berea College students, and other items that were created by Kentucky craftsmen. Laura the travel writer bought a handmade basket that she believed would be perfect for her home decor. After all that shopping, these women would enjoy a fabulous home-cooked meal. This is what Lisa was looking for. Located at 127 Plaza Drive, this restaurant, the Dinner Bell, has great country ham with biscuits and country gravy, succulent catfish, soup beans, and Kentucky cornbread. And also, they have fresh fruit cobblers. These are just some of the items that are on the menu. At 7 a.m., Michelle, Laura, and Lisa enjoyed a light breakfast at the Boone Tavern restaurant. But this time, they ordered fluffy pancakes, fresh fruit, water, coffee, and tea. At 9 a.m., by reservation, Michelle, Laura, and Lisa traveled to Tater Knot Pottery, located at 260 Wolf Gap Road. Here, they met the lovely owner, Sarah, who was a Berea College alumni, and her husband, who had been operating this place for 28 years. The owners take pride in greeting their visitors, offering them a snack, and demonstrating and displaying their amazing handcrafted pottery work and throwing techniques. After a great stay at the Boone Tavern Hotel, they would have to say goodbye, as they travel out to 2 more stops before heading home. They decided to grab some lunch at the restaurant that takes pride in providing great tasting food. Located on 216 Adams Street, the Black Feather has a strong focus on offering local foods and supporting sustainable agriculture. Here, Michelle, Laura, and Lisa's goal was to try something new. So Michelle ordered the turkey and blue cheese panini, and Lisa and Laura tried the hamburgers and got to choose their own toppings, cheeses, and condiments. Last but not least, these women ventured to Old Town to visit the many shops there. One place they stopped was the Weston Glass Studio, which is located on 217 Adams Street. This fabulous glass art gallery is operated by Michelle Weston. Here, these women got to tour to see the woodworker, spinner, weaving, and glass blowing studios. After experiencing a vast array of destinations in the heart of Berea and devouring delectable local foods, these 3 women would have to head home, where they took back memories, gifts, and an experience of a lifetime. As I created this persona, I could see that social media played a major part in these women's travel plans, as well as many other travelers headed to Kentucky. Online research about reviews by SearchEngineLand.com states that the local search market is a rapidly growing and changing area of search marketing. Local consumers are both more elusive and more connected than ever before, and local businesses need to keep step with their customers' online behavior in order to remain relevant and prominent in their local markets. Because Berea has a vast array of cultural destinations, I could see the city benefiting from tourism strategies that were used in Western North Carolina. Handmade in America, as the effort was called, not only provided guidebooks and other marketing tools for mountain artists, galleries, inns, farmers markets, and historical sites in the Carolina Blue Ridge, but developed technical assistance programs that help small towns identify local assets, share community building strategies, and promote entrepreneurship. Throughout my travels in North Carolina, Kentucky, and West Virginia with EPG, or the Entrepreneurship for the Public Good program through Berea College, I could also see that businesses using social media tools to market their products were saving money on advertising and reaching a wider audience. Well, I bet you're wondering what's next for my traveler personas. Well, Michelle, Lauren, and Lisa headed home, uploaded their loads of photos to social media sites, as well as wrote online reviews on TripAdvisor, Yelp, Facebook, and Google Places about their wonderful trip to Berea. I can actually see in the future that if local businesses began to market their assets through Yelp, TripAdvisor, Google Local, and Facebook, tourists will more than likely get rid of their uncertainty about touring a place like Berea, because they will be able to discern which places satisfy their wants and needs. To reiterate, to articulate the value of a business's assets, it's better to choose an inexpensive and creative avenue such as social media. That's the end of my presentation. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them at the bottom of this video. And here's my list of references. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.